Okay, guys, welcome back to Sorting and Chatting in the Studio. Coffee and art now, close to, well, still morning. Um, Impromptu Tuesday. So I'm just doing a little sorting, straightening, putting away, getting a happy mail done, finishing up the art cards. I showed the Jazza Arty app, just a little bit of hodgepodge. And so this is part two. I saved the other one at the 2 hour mark so we wouldn't have any issues saving the videos like we did yesterday. So I just got finished talking about my chipboard drawers. We all have to talk about what's in our drawers. Ah, yeah, and musical interlude. Yeah. Okay, so now I have to find, let me put this one away. So I also have all these drawers. I have one, three, six, nine. I have 12 drawers that are like this. I try to keep it all organized. This has a little bit of lace, some beads, and this is what I was doing, making some. I started to. It didn't get farther than usually about this much because I didn't enjoy making the flowers. I did some paper flower making, so I have these little stamens and some little the tape, crepe paper, be stuff to make paper flowers with. If y'all remember that paper flower book from put out by the Martha Stewart publications, it's an awesome book. But yeah, making paper flowers, I love the book. The book was so arty and eye candy that it sucked me right in. I have maybe where, I don't even know where I put them, but I have a few paper flowers that I've made. Anyway, so there's one little drawer there. What I'm trying to do is find room for all my paper stencils. These are not my stencils. These are alphabet stencils, plastic and paper stencils, like this. Okay, these are all, and they're broken out by different fonts. There's the alphabet font of this one. I don't even know. And then I have these big pieces of chipboard. This is all that's left of the chipboard out of the three drawers. Well, I didn't show you all three drawers, but I think I can fit this in one of the chipboard drawers. I'm going to try. Because see, look, it's very neat. Look at this chipboard drawer. See how neat that is? Here's my grunge board. Let's take a sniff. Ah, love the smell of grunge board in the morning. Ah, I love the smell of leather, new books. Grunge board smells. Some people think it smells like gasoline. To me, it smells like leather. Smells like leather. So I've got all kinds of chipboard letters, alphabets, but these are very packed, very neatly. See? They're very neat. Very neat. In bags, stacked up. More stencils, some more chipboard letters. Very neat. All in the bags. More grunge board. I love me some grunge board. More grunge board. Grunge board. And another set of chipboard alphabets. Putting falls aside for tedium. So I'm thinking I might be able to get these stencils in here because I've totally run out of drawers. They're all full. It'll do. It'll. I say that and Hubster goes, it'll? What's it'll? Because okay, so that drawer's done. So now I just got to do this big pile of chipboard. So I think the big pile of chipboard may be able to fit in this last drawer. Whoops, chipboard getting away from me. So this is my last chipboard drawer. Don't tell sister woman. She had a whole clean out on how to sort your chipboard. Right? Chipboard. Oh, this is a whole chipboard alphabet. Stencil chipboard alphabet. Negative space and positive space. Here's some foam hearts. These shouldn't probably be in here. I don't know what to do with those foam hearts. I have foam letters. Foam letters need to go in here. Now, let's see if I can put this big bag of big chipboard stuff and squeeze it on the top. Hey, Carla, I'm sorting. All right, so now we got the chipboard sorted. The only other thing that I have chipboard is on a shelf. Oh, dear Lord, I just found more napkins. Oh, no. Okay. I just found more napkins. Okay, this to go on the no, that's to be jelly plated on. Okay, that goes in the jelly. See, I still need a jelly plate today too. I mean, not jelly plate. Cameo. All right, so this is on my shelf. This is all that I kept. This is all that I kept of stacks and stacks of punched out chipboard. And these are excellent if you are a spray painter. Like if you want a graffiti looking paper, you take some of this outside with some black spray paint for a base and spray through this stuff. Oh my gosh, it turns out awesome. But this is all I kept. I only kept a couple of inches because I literally had probably a foot of this stuff. No, they really wouldn't work with jelly plate other than maybe making a mark because it's too thick. It's too thick to roll paint. You won't get a crisp edge on a jelly plate with this. I just don't see that working. You need almost paper thin, stencil-y type stuff for a jelly plate because when you're rolling paint, this is too thick to roll paint through. You know what I mean, Vern? Yeah. But spray painting, this stuff is awesome to spray paint through. So I kept a few. See, look, here we go. You can see where I spray painted. I kept a few of the different chipboard shapes that I've had over the years. I think they're upside down. So, just to show you all the kinds of shapes there are. Right? You need to sort. I know, it makes you want to sort. Here's where I've used this. These were all, I don't know what they were. If it was an alphabet, I don't even remember. But I punched them all out, and I use it for a spray paint. So you can see where I've spray painted. It's awesome to spray paint through these guys. It really is. If you got any of this stuff, look, I spray painted, spray painted, spray painted. And this, you know what? This would be an awesome project to do on driveway art. I haven't done any driveway art in some years. For y'all that don't know what driveway art is, it's when I set up my camera and everything outside and roll out giant sheets of paper or big sheets of paper and, or roll. It's easier to do with rolls and do giant pieces of art. This would be some good driveway art. I got to work up the energy to do this. When I first started watching you, Dede, I was like, who's Vern? These would be awesome driveway. Now here's a pack that I haven't used out of. This is still in the packaging. A bunch of chipboard still in the positive and negative space. But these are what I've kept for using for spray. That's all I kept. And trust me, if you think I'm a hoarder for this, you should see what I got rid of. You should see what I got rid of. Driveway art that can be seen from space. Yes, Julie. So there's that. Now, we have a problem, Houston. Houston, we have a problem. When I went up here to get that chipboard on my shelf, I'll show you what I found. Oh, more chipboard. I'll show you what I found. Yeah. Hang on. Remember I just did the 2 drawers of napkins? This is what I just found on the shelf, guys. And I have no more drawers. Seriously, have no more drawers. I haven't even shown you the ephemera drawers. I don't even know how we got off on this, guys. Oh, I know. It's because we were sorting napkins. Oh. All right, so what I'm going to just kind of do, and these are all napkins you've seen before that people have sent or, over the years. Ah. Oh, I need to sort them. And I still don't know what to do with this. I got a whole bunch of pretty, I think I'll give these to Boo. Her cheer girls will probably do something with that. So let me go put this in the other room. Because that's like, I'm getting it out of here. Okay. I don't know if y'all are having, I'm having fun. If you're not having fun, just, don't have to be here. All right, so I have this stack of napkins. Now, see, some of these I've used. Like this right here, I've used in an art journal, and this was a leftover. I really need to glue this in my new napkin journal so it doesn't get like, don't send me any napkins. If y'all would, now I gotta tell you, if you want some napkins, email me. Tell me what kind of napkins. Don't tell me a specific one. Don't say, oh, I like that yellow with the pink flower center with the olive green leaf. Don't do that to me. But if you want to send me a email, tell me what kind of. I'll put you on the list. I'm already booked up for the next 2 weeks of Happy Mail, other than birthday cards. Birthday cards take priority with me. Okay, so these are, and again, I sort them by. See, here's where I've used part of one. This will need to go in my new napkin journal. These ones that I've already started using, I need to glue those in the napkin journal, right? Okay, so you can just see there are all kinds here. I've shown them before. I'm not going to go through every one. I don't remember who sent me what. After I show the Happy Mail that somebody sends, if it goes in the napkin drawer or out in Happy Mail. Here's another one that's partially used, So some of these I partially have used for other projects, and these are the leftovers. I want to take all these leftovers and use them in my new napkin journal. So yeah, there's some Paris, some flower Paris. Here's another one of these. I've used this one quite a bit. This is a part of one. Part of one. I'm pulling out all the ones that I have partially used so I can use them in my new napkin journal, right? And then this is some painted deli paper somebody sent. I think this is all that's left of whatever they sent me. I used it. Okay, so let's keep going here. I'm just trying to make stacks by size. Here, that one size and this size. So I'm going to try to stack these neat enough to fit them in the 2 napkin drawers. You'll have to email me, Carla. I won't remember because I'm not writing it down right now. Please, guys, don't expect me to remember stuff while we're here. Hi, oi. Just email me. Okay, so there's that. Another Paris one. Carrie remembered what Galena wanted because I wouldn't have remembered that. But I've got all my Happy Mail napkins already done. This is just an accidental stacks that I found on the shelf. Okay. Here's some big square ones. And then I'm trying to separate them by size. That way they'll fit back in the drawers. Some more of these. Got a lot of these. And I've used that one in my new art journal. Again, this is partially used, so I'm going to finish using that. Easter egg ones. Here's some tissue paper. That goes in the tissue paper drawer. Here's a partially used one. Partially used. See, I've partially used a lot of these. I've used a lot of these napkins. Napkin journaling, right? But I haven't used them in my new napkin journal. So I'm going to pull all the ones out that are partially used. I don't think I've used that one either. To glue in the napkin journal. This is a catch-up day for me to get caught up on this kind of thing. More bits that I've used. See, and some that I know somebody sent me some that were already the back's already taken off of them, which was awesome. No Grinch here. Oh my goodness. Tissue paper, more napkins. There's some coffee ones. The little square butterfly ones. The big butterfly ones. Don't know if I've used this one yet either. I'll pull that. I'm trying to use different ones because I've got maybe about 10 pages left in the new art journal. The one I'm going to turn into the fairy journal. Y'all remember the one I'm going to turn into the fairy journal? These are some really old ones. These are from some years ago. But I'm going to take them and put them. That's why I didn't see them on the shelf. And some of these are the new ones, but some of these are quite old. Some of these are quite old. Okay, let's see. I think that would have you received a napkin in every design. You'd be surprised, Crocker, too. Oh, here's this one. I need to use that one, right? Kind of my theme. Oh, and look, there's a dandelion. That one's kind of cute. And I have a couple of these. I'll send this one. I'm going to throw this one into Jean's. Jean, Jean and I are doing a swap we're not doing a napkin swap. People have been asking me, can you do a napkin swap? I know there's people here that do napkin swaps, but this is not a napkin swap with Jean. I'm giving her napkins. She's giving me some SVG files. There's some tissue paper that goes in the tissue. Okay, so let me separate these. Some more of these butterflies. But what I wanted to say is there are people here in the chat, if you're watching the recording, a lot of girls do napkin swaps. I don't know that there's any going on now, but I see at least one or two a year. I don't have time to do them. I'm hoping to have time to do the color book ATC swap next month. So I just do not have time to do a swap. So I remember these came out at Michael's I think a couple years ago or something. All right, so let me put these in Jean's. Hang on, let me go to Jean's pile. Uh-oh. I used to do the ATC swaps like for years. Okay, so let me see if I can these are the ones that are partially used that I want to use in my ongoing this book. In this one, this is my new napkin journal. So I'm just going to put these in there for now because I want to finish up filling these pages up. Just want to finish those before I start using. For those of y'all that don't know, in this napkin journal, I'm going to do Enchanted Fairies. I'm going to do color book pages from this book and do finished pages now this one's not a fairy page, but like this. Finished pages like this. This is all napkins. This is a color book page or color book element, a person out of the Juliet Crane color book. This is out of a nature color book, a totally different color book. And then napkins, and this is all painted in. Painted antlers and all that. Okay, so I'm going to put the napkins that I want to finish this book with. But we're going to do the rest of the book in the Enchanted Fairies. So these will be colored, cut out, and used in the napkin journal. That's why I specifically got this color book to do that with. We'll see how much time I have today, guys. I don't know. All right. So now let me see if I can put this stuff away and see what the next thing on the agenda is. Okay. I don't know that I'm going to fit them all in. I'm going to try. Sorry, guys. I'm going to bump the camera again. I'll fix it in a minute. I want to put as many of these as I can. They're not all going to fit, I can tell. They're not going to fit. Ay, ay, ay. Going to have to stack them now. Squeezing them in. Squeezing them in. Oh. Okay, that drawer's full. Try to get the rest of these in that second drawer. Okay. Now I'm going to move my paint cart back. Hang on, guys. It's quite the production. Oh. I didn't even go through my ephemera. Do y'all want to look at some ephemera? See, I'm on a rabbit trail now. I'm on a rabbit trail. Oh, there went my phone. There went my card here. Oh, okay, let me take a sip of coffee. Let me realign us. Realign the stars. Check chat. So this is just a random day, guys. You know, it's just, I wanted to get my Happy Mail organized and sorted, which I did. I got my art cards finished, painted the backs. They're varnished and sit overnight varnished. Then I still have to do all the 20 envelopes. The envelopes for the napkins and the art cards. I've got at least 20 of those to go through my Rolodex, find all the addresses, and get those mailed next week. Next week. Okay. It's fun to see other people's stuff. I think so too, Carla. I enjoy it. The other thing that I have organized with chipboard, and I didn't show you, was in the little, well, I'll show you two things. I have drawers. I have 6 of these drawers that are, 3 of them are with the alphabets. Like this one is A to I. And in each baggie, each little baggie, I have the letters. Like this is the baggie for C, the baggie for D's, E's, F. I think it goes through L. I think I have this one is through L. So I have little baggies with the letters. Because when I would do a lot of scrapbooking, big layouts, 12 by 12, and sometimes big canvases for the stores, I like to do mixed letters. I did not care. I didn't want all the same alphabet. So I like all my A's are from all different ones, right? All different chipboard alphabets. So I have them all organized like that. Then a stray napkin. I'll show you one more thing, and I know y'all are going to think, oh my gosh, girl, you're going to say, girl. Before I started, now this was even before I did a lot of chipboard. Y'all remember at the scrapbook stores, they'd have the big, the big machines, the big cutting machines. This was way before anybody had their own cut, even before the small cranky, the cranking kind of machines, personal machines. The only place that you could do the big die cutting was the big, what was the brand name? Sizzix. The big Sizzix machines at the stores, right? Nobody had even the small Sizzix, let alone the Grand or the any of the others, right? Way before any kind of cameos or crickets or anything like that. So I love alphabets because I guess it goes back to my calligraphy days. So when I had the chance to go to, I think this was at, where was this one? I don't even remember what scrapbook store. It might have even been Archivers. I don't remember. Where you could use the big machines, right? Yes, back in the day when the toys were scarce. Yes, Carrie. So I love the alphabet. So I would go and buy my paper, and I would cut out as many alphabets as I could. Well, I didn't really want to keep them. I didn't want to really keep all the alphabets in like I do the bigger chipboard in the baggies. This is how I kept them. And it's probably kind of in a mess because I haven't got it out in a while. Remember these little cases like this? Remember these cases? They're double-sided. They're double-sided cases, right? I can see some of them have fallen out, so we'll see what it looks like when I open it. I cut out as many alphabets as I possibly could and sorted them. I have little, you probably can't see, this is a T, that's out of place, Q, Z, no, that's an I, okay. You probably can't see it, but on each one of these there's a sticker. There's a little sticker, see right there? And in each one of these are, I have hand cut myself, every one of these. These are all hand cut alphabets. And they're all different ones, like, like let me just pull out some of the, I think these are E's. Maybe these are D, I don't remember. Some of them are not even punched out yet. But they're all different little tags. I love the tag ones especially. See, like this, you can't see, but like, let me kind of half punch that out so you can see. Like that, see? Jean. Jean, you like this organizing? Jean likes this. So every one of these, and the teacher in Jean's probably coming out right now. Hey, Packer Die. This is having, Packer Die is saying she's having sorting swoon. So this was before I collected any chipboard, before I had any kind of die cutting, any kind of punches, any of that. This was all cut at the scrapbook store or Archivers, I don't remember which, on their big Sizzix machine. And I would go through, and whatever alphabet they'd have, I'd cut out every single letter multiple times with different colors. You can see all the different colors in there, right? So, yes. And I don't even know what's on the other side. Let's see what's, because it's a double-sided thing. Oh, these are some bags of alphabets. Okay, let's see what we got here. This is where I kept them all together. Like these are all blue. This is the whole alphabet with blue tags. Or it could be, some of these might actually be words that I was working on a project and I would need words. I think these are just alphabets. Like there's the Y, a Y tag, right? So I probably have the Y might be in the other end, and these might be the negative space. I don't remember, because I've got, as you can see, there's quite a few baggies there. Okay, yeah, you missed a lot of sorting of napkins, chipboard, and all kinds of things, Packer Die. I guess it's turned into a play. I did get my Happy Mail sorted. I haven't actually done the envelopes. That's got to be done today too. But I can't really do that here with you guys because it involves, addresses. So I can't really actually do the Happy Mail envelopes here. But I do have it all sorted, all 20 of them. Okay, so all kinds of just little bags full of letters. And this one now. Oh, you know what? I know why these are separate. I bought remember the hand punch? It was pink. Who put that out? Somebody will know. The big hand punch. You could punch out these letters, tiny little letters with the hand punch. Who put that out? It wasn't Sizzix. Who put out the pink handled punch? Die cutter. You could cut out these tiny little things. with the tiny little square plates? I know somebody in here will tell me. So it was somebody here. Quick Cuts. I think it was Quick Cuts. Yes, Carrie. The Quick Cuts handle, pink handle. I bought the handle, all kinds of dies, the case, the pink case, all kinds of accessories and accoutrements. I hated that thing. I hated the pain of putting every little die, lining it up with the little paper, punching it, sort. Hated it. I gave the whole kit and caboodle to my best scrapbooking friend. She loved it. She didn't spend the money to buy it all. I did. I spent the money to buy the whole kit and caboodle, and I just gave it to her because I could not stand to use that quick cut handle machine. Oh, but on the other side, all these other alphabets, those were all cut on the Sizzix die. These were cut with the handle thing. The pain in the PETA handle, all these. These are the quick cut alphabets on this side. That's probably why they're sorted on this side. I could not stand that thing. Now, I love my Cameo Her Majesty Camille. It does all the work for you. No hand punching. Especially here. Remember, guys, I love alphabets. I'd have to do 26, cuts just for one color and one letter to get all the alphabet. Oh, no. They're going to be locked away in the vault. But I do like these. I gotta say, I don't use them anymore. But, that's a lot of work. And I did use quite a bit of this. I did use quite a bit of this in my scrapbooking days before chipboard. Once I got hold of chipboard, there was no going back. I love me some chipboard, grunge board, all that. Okay, so that's all I got to show on that shelf. Now, ephemera. Did you really want to see ephemera drawers? That might be a little boring. I don't know. I got to think of what it's that, and I need to do my. I need to finish gluing those napkins in. I'm taking a break from my commission work today. I still have quite a few. I'm not. Don't tell anybody that's hired me. I took the day off. I did work all weekend, so I shouldn't feel too bad. The other thing that I have in drawers, you love ephemera. Let me show you the other things I have in. Let's just do drawers first. I'll do the ephemera drawers too, but I also have ephemera bins. I have fabric bins and I have ribbon bins. And this was the other thing I wanted to finish. I wanted to do some more of these little fabric paper clips. Okay, let me take a sip of coffee. I have a small stamp tower, rubber stamps, that are like this. Now these this is kind of deep and it's only about half full. I could probably resort these foam stamps and use these bigger drawers for napkins, like swap them out, because these drawers are a little bigger than the napkin drawers. So I could probably put the napkins in this tower. I'm not going to do it now. I won't put y'all through that. But put the napkins in this little tower and take all my stamps and put them in the smaller drawers. Have I considered doing an on-mouse journal? Lynn, I really don't have time. I don't have time. You all see all the projects I'm working on. Y'all don't see the commissions I'm doing, but other than that, you see all the other projects I'm doing. Art journaling, napkin journaling, art cards, all the other stuff that I do for streaming. So I have, and in this one, and I don't sort the alphabets I don't sort them by the type that they came with. I have them all jumbled up. So if I want to use, and so it usually works out well when I want to use a variety of sizes and a variety of stamping. Now, sometimes when you want a certain letter in a certain size, it gets a little tricky digging through here, but you need some ideas. You need what ideas for, okay, you're in a process of sorting ephemera. Oh, well now my ephemera is not sorted. They're in drawers and they're in tubs. My collage ephemera, all right, I'll have to kind of talk about how, The last drawer here is just all kinds of things that I use for stamping. You know, this kind of foam stamp, these things. I just whatever I might have for just stamping shapes and all. This is a hodgepodge drawer. Bubble wrap. Okay, so I hope if y'all are asking me for ideas and asking me for tips, you're writing them down. Just saying. All right. So those are the drawers that I have for chipboard, letters, napkins, tissue paper, and I have 2 drawers of ephemera. Then I have those big tubs of ephemera. Now I will say this: Denise made me throw away 2 huge, the big tubs that are about this deep with the lids on them. Throw away a buttload of of ephemera. She goes, Mom, look at this. Will you ever use this? And some of it, I gotta admit, it's cool, but I did have way too much ephemera. It was managed in tubs, but I did not have any more room for the tubs. So now I am down. This is how I have it separated from ephemera and collage fodder. My ephemera is in 2 of those plastic drawers, the big, like where I keep my chipboard, those kind of drawers. I have 2 of those of ephemera and 1 square deep tub. That's it. When those things get full, I have to start doing something because I have no more room for those big tubs. Okay? I have 1 tub of ephemera and 1 tub full of photographs yet to be scrapbooked. So I allow myself 2 tubs in here. In the other room, in my post office packing closet, I have 1 tub of yarn, 1 tub of fabric. That's it. So right now I have 3 tubs, 2 drawers and 1 tub of ephemera. And then I have my collage drawer, this, and I know y'all know what I'm talking about when you see the color. These drawers that are different colors. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 drawers in this tower. This tower, this tower of drawers is all my collage fodder. I have it sorted by topic. This one is watches and mechanicals. Everything in here is watches and mechanicals. And I've read off to you. I mean, I can yell it across the room. The 10 collage drawers that I have for collage fodder. This does not include $2 clearance books that I use to cut out of. Those are on another shelf in the other room. Just a whole shelf of books to cut up. So this is how I'm organizing. I hope y'all are paying attention because y'all want to know how I organize this stuff. So I have these 10 drawers as far as loose collage stuff, right? And then I have books that I cut out of. Packer Die loves the organizing. So the 10 drawers that I have are, and I have to go, I'm not going to tote the whole cart over here. I'll just kind of yell across the room. But this one is watches and mechanicals. And this tower, remember, is all different colors. Hang on, I bumped into the tripod thing. All right, so let me go over here and just shout out to you. If you want to write down if you want to write down the categories. So that one is watches and mechanicals. Flowers, trees, and food. That's the second drawer. That's just one drawer. The third drawer is doors, windows, and any kind of architecture. The fourth drawer is birds and bugs. Number 5, animals. 6 is scenery and maps. 7 is people. What is it? People and faces. 8 is colors and patterns. 9 is books, letters, and music. And 10 is odds and ends. So those are the 10 tower category of collage fodder. Collage fodder is like just, okay, I got to bump my, let me straighten you up here. Collage fodder is flat papers cut out of magazines, books, calendars. Flat paper. Ephemera, okay, let me show you. Let me see, should I go with the tub or the drawers? Let me go with the drawer first, okay? I'll pull my paint cart back out again. Let me see which of the two is the most interesting. I'm not sure which of these two drawers. I got two drawers of ephemera. I'm not sure which is the most interesting. So let me just pull them both out. So I got two tall drawers of ephemera. I did try to sort it, sort of. Now these are not this. I still have another bin too. But the difference between my collage photos, like my collage fodder is like photographs of flowers, photographs of bees, cut out pictures of faces, all those, that list of things I just told you, that is pictures, photographs. Okay? Email sent without lots of files. Okay, thanks, Jean. I appreciate that. Thanks, Jean, for the SVG files. Whereas ephemera can be anything, even if it's a little bit dimensional. I try not to get too much dimensional ephemera. And then some of it is like the store-bought type. This is the kind of thing that's like ephemera and faux ephemera. Faux ephemera is fake ephemera. In other words, you can buy this at the store. It's a faux label. If this was a real label, if this was a real country strawberry label, it would be ephemera. This came in a package, probably by Kane Company. They duplicated a real label, and now it is faux ephemera. Okay? It's giving you a bit of anxiety. Well, okay, Sarah. So that's the difference between ephemera and faux ephemera. Faux ephemera is FAUX, fake, faux, ephemera. The real stuff, like if this was a real label from, 1930 strawberry label, it would be ephemera. But because it's fake, it's faux ephemera. And you can buy a lot of that kind of stuff like this. So this is my ephemera. But you see there's no photograph to this. That's the difference in my collage sorting. Collage stuff is photographs of stuff or bits of photographs. It could be like a girl's dress. I like the fabric of the dress, the look of the dress or something like that. It's from photographs. Whereas ephemera is like old labels, ticket stubs, cards that buttons would come on, or needles or pens, but it's faux, right? Bye, Crocker 2. Thanks for stopping in. Ticket stubs. Again, this is a faux ephemera. It's not a real ticket stub. But you can use this kind of stuff. So anyway, so that's the difference between it. And that's why I sort them differently. And I try to sort them in bags by type or some kind of organization. Okay, they're not all organized. Okay, here's a bunch of Monopoly money and Monopoly cards. You would be surprised how cute this can look on a scrapbook page. Most of my ephemera is scrapbook. I use it in scrapbooking, right? That's what I use my ephemera in. Occasionally an art journal page, but I'm just more of a collage artist, which I like photographs rather than ephemera collaging. Okay? You can do collaging with ephemera, but I like my type of collage that I do, like my art cards, I use photographs, and it's really actually mixed media because I use paint and other things too. But you can do a quick layout, a scrapbook layout with a photograph, throw on some Monopoly cards, because the way I scrapbook, which I should show you a page or two, I will use anything on a scrapbook page. I'll throw on anything. So, puzzle pieces. Puzzle pieces. That's in my ephemera. What else is in my ephemera? A bag of tags. All kinds of little small tags. Okay. Well, you can use big tags too, but I have them in a separate place. Could get hubs to go to garage sales. You can, you can find some of this. It depends on where you live too. If you live in an area, like I live in a small town outside of Atlanta, now nowadays there's not as much scrapbooking, but when scrapbooking was in its heyday, you couldn't find a piece of ephemera because it was scarfed up. People would scarf that stuff up. I'm just saying. You might be, I don't look for it as much now when I do go to a yard sale or garage sale or whatever. I look for books now. I've gone to the full on collage. Let's look for books to cut up rather than this little stuff like this. Because I don't do a lot of scrapbooking anymore. I still do an occasional one, but I just don't have the time and nor, because I do my commission work now, my portraits. I don't have a lot of time. Plus the kids are older. I've got 25 scrapbooks full. I mean, thick scrapbooks like this. 12 by 12 like this. Thick. Full of scrapbook pages that I did for years of the grandkids. Before the grandkids, I still took a lot of pictures and I still have photo albums. And I have a few scrapbooky type pages from way back when. And what we used back then were old greeting cards, letters, notes, maybe the ribbon off of a package. And you almost like original scrapbooking. Before scrapbooking was what we know as scrapbooking, you literally used scraps. Threw a picture on there with the bow off of your present, your birthday card, maybe a picture or two, and that was your scrapbooking, right? So all kinds of just weird little things. I don't even know what this is. Is this game pieces? I'm not sure. Oh, these are little cards. I don't remember who sent these to me, but little bits of cards. Somebody sent me those. But I have all kinds of things. Like, look, this is from a bingo game. This is real, from a game, an actual game. But so this would be real ephemera, even though it's not that old. Game pieces, game boards for a long time. I made a lot of rubber band books out of old game boards, Scrabble boards, Parcheesi boards. You can make a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff out of game boards, right? But the game pieces like this are real cool to use in your scrapbooking. And as long as you're not one of the purists that say, "Oh, that's not acid free." If you're an acid free purist in scrapbooking, you're not my friend. No, I'm not kidding. I'm just saying, because I would use anything. I would use anything. This was from what was the blog? This was one of the. There was a blogger that I was in. Anyway, these are some of their buttons. What else? Again, more bags of faux ephemera. This is like K and Company. Look, here's the word travel and glitter with little. This was a travel bag. Look, there's a little faux. See all this little faux stuff? This is, you can make a whole scrapbook, pages and pages out of this stuff. But you don't have to use it in scrapbooking. You can use it in anything. You can use it in collage. You can use it in your art journals. Now it's more mixed media art journal / combination scrapbooking. People now do more art journaling. Put their, kind of like, maybe this is a bit extreme, but what's her name that does all the flowers? Finnabar. She does real dimensional scrapbook, almost like frameable stuff rather than actually in scrapbooks. You can get real dimensional, but those almost have to be framed. You can't really put some of that stuff, like I could not put a Finnabar page in a scrapbook because it's too thick. As long as the scrapbook lasts as long as I live. Yeah, exactly. It's like Jean, right. But some people were real picky back especially in the heyday. Oh, that's not acid free. You're going to ruin your pictures. Now, I will say this as far as saving your photos. Remember the old albums that had the sticky stuff and you peeled up the plastic and you stuck your pictures down and you laid the plastic back over it? Those, if you have any of your old photographs in those, I do recommend getting them out of that. Those will literally eat your pictures and turn them yellow in just a few years. I have some old ones that, well, I took them all out. Those kind that have I think they were called magnetic, but they were actually like a sticky stuff, and you would put your pictures on there and slap the plastic back over it. If you have any of those old photograph albums like that, I would recommend, even if you just took the pictures out and put them in a box, it's better than having them in those type of albums. My mom had tons of those. I'm hoping she took all her photos out of those because they will ruin your pictures. So don't, as far as anything acid free, the only thing I can really recommend is don't use those stick them down kind of albums. They were the worst. Exactly, Julie Topaz. But anyway, so you can see there's all kinds of cool faux ephemera packs that you could buy. Another example of real ephemera are postage stamps, postcards, letters, old book pages. That's real ephemera. And it's all fun to use in your art journal pages. But remember, that stuff is not acid free. We don't really care in our art journals. I never really care in my photograph albums. I got thousands of pictures. It's not like, if something got a little yellow on the corner, it's not going to destroy it like those stick 'em down books. Yeah, there you go. Jean scanned her pictures too. So anyway, I've got bags and bags of this kind of stuff, which is called faux ephemera. Okay. So what else is in this here? Bits of tags and cuts from. I saved quite now. All right, so this is the kind of stuff Denise made me throw away. I have this one little bag of it left. This is from an MT tape thing. This did not come in this. These are my cutoffs from the edges of scrapbook papers, the edges of painted papers. These are all edges off of papers, right? Scrapbook papers. I had literally tubs of stuff like this. Carla, if I would have known Carla back in the day, she probably would have paid to have me ship it to her. But it was too much. It was just too much of this kind of bits. Punches and little strips and cuts and whatnot. Carla will use that kind of stuff in her journaling. I never use this stuff. I try, and I have occasionally, but not. I don't use it enough to justify having tubs of it, right? So that's what this drawer is all. It's all baggies, and I see they're in baggies. They're separated by, they're neatly in here. I can flip. I'm a flipper. I like to flip, right? So this is all this kind of stuff. Although there's some pom-poms here. I have to do something real quick. This is for Paula. I have to do this. Some of you know what I'm going to do. Oh, let me get a handful of little ones. This is for Paula. I'm not even going to explain it because some of y'all will know and some of you won't. I'm not even going to explain it. Those of you that know, that was for Paula. Okay. All right. So there's that tub. Let me put that one away. So I'm just showing you some of the ways I organize my stuffs. All right, here's the other one. This has got some of the same stuff, but it's also got some real ephemera, like these stamps. These are real. These are postage stamps that I either took off of cards and letters, or if you love postage stamps and you love using the ephemera of postage stamps, Hobby Lobby, you can buy big, linen canvas type linen bags, drawstring bags. That's how they used to come anyway. I haven't looked for a while. But you can buy bags of international and bags of U.S. canceled postage still stuck on, like this, for example. You can buy bags of this for under $10, and you'll get, I think it's 1,000. I think it's 1,000 in a bag. I don't remember. It's been a while. But Hobby Lobby, over in the hobby section, in the coin collecting, stamp collecting section. It's not in the craft section. It's over in the, baseball card sleeves, stamps, coin, where you can buy the books to keep the coins in. It's over in that section. You can buy bags of canceled postage to play with. Please come visit. Mom's watching. Hey, Mom. Mom just texted me. Please come and visit me and organize my stuff. Actually, I kind of wanted to go to, there's a anime convention in San Antonio on Labor Day. If you're listening, Mom, I was thinking about coming out to San Antonio in September, Labor Day, because they have an anime convention. And my family that lives in San Antonio, so I thought it could be a twofer. It could be an anime convention, and it could be visiting the family. Mom would put me to work like that. So anyway, postage stamps. So what else do I have in here? Library cards. Here's a whole bag of who knows what. But I'm never stuck for anything. If I need something on the scrapbook page, I got some scrapbooking stuff, right? Faux ephemera and real ephemera. See all this kind of stuff? And I've collected it for years. I don't buy it anymore. This is back when I would buy this stuff. I do not buy any of this anymore. Faux postcards, little bits of scrapbooking stuff. Queen's Ink is an awesome, I haven't been there, but it's an awesome store where they sell stamping. They have lots of cool classes. Yeah, you Google it and go look it up. What do you call it? Zandra's been there many times and taken classes. And Zandra, she's showed pictures of her being there. All kinds of, just bags of this stuff. I do have it organized. Trust me, it is organized. Doilies. Mom said, please. Oh, that's just the duplicate. Doilies are in here. This is the kids. I don't know if they still do it anymore. This is quite old. This is back from Grandma. My grandma gave this to me. When the kids would come to the door, and you would buy wrapping paper to support the school. They would give you one of these so that you could pick what papers you wanted. Well, hey, I still have them. I haven't used them. What else? What else is in here? What's down here on the bottom? Rub-ons. Look, micro beads. Now, these things scare me. There's not too much that scares me. I have a fear of micro beads. They are alive. Trust me. Micro beads are like nanotechnology in my mind. They're nanotechnology. Micro beads are like alive. If you have ever spilled micro beads, you know nanotechnology was invented from micro beads. They will creep and crawl. I'm telling you, I'm not opening them, but I have a pack of micro beads. All right, so overlays. I gave away a lot of my rub-ons because I wasn't using them, and some of the girls really loved rub-ons, so I gave most of my rub-ons away. But I have a few of these, overlays. These were from ATCs. I'd use a lot of these on my artist trading cards back in the day. Just different bits of clocks and watches, vellum pieces, things like that. Again, faux ephemera type stuff. I'm not getting any comments on the micro beads. Let me do a test in my chat. Again, more little faux ephemera stuff. Look, see, this is stuff, and if I do scrapbook pages. I think I will pull this exact pack out because I like this. It's been a long time since I've seen it, and I will show you how, since Mom's here, I'll show you. Well, she was here when I had this. How I organize my ephemera that I use when I do the occasional scrapbook page anymore. They go fly. They do. They attach themselves to you. I'm telling you, nanotechnology in a bag. Okay, so that's what all this is again. It's all just kind of that stuff. This is the organized stuff. The one tub that I have left is not that organized. So these are the two drawers that I have of ephemera, or faux ephemera. Let me move my paint cart back. Slowly, carefully. So how I organize now, the stuff that I use in scrapbooking, when I scrapbook, are in the lids and boxes that the Project Life, let's see if I can, yeah, the Project Life sleeves come in, or did come in. Now I don't even think they put them in a box. They just have them in packages. But they used to come in these nice square boxes. And there's my Xandra. I still have to do a scrapbook page with Samantha with her tear bears. That's right on top to use. So I'm going to put these in here too because I will use those. So this is the kind of stuff that I have that I keep current. This is my current stuff that I use for my scrapbooking. And you can see there's quite some layers to it. A lot of sequins was popular there for a while. Got more sequins. Vicky, are you still here? Do you need sequins? And then this third one here, I've got some chipboard letters that are glitter. I got some wood cuts, some doilies, a few little, brads, some wood things here. Vicky sent me some of these a while back. All kinds of just little, what do you call those? Like glitter beads. Got some little ladybugs. So this is the stuff, these 3 trays right here are the 3 trays that when I scrapbook, which I haven't for a while, that I work out of. Okay? See, look, little bows, some little green bows, a little flower, little things like this. Okay, let's check chat. Yeah, the micro beads do not even have holes. They're just like they're evil. Micron beads or micro beads are evil. That's all I'm gonna say. So those and my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, really 6 trays of Project Life cards is what I scrapbook with pretty much when I scrapbook anymore. That's what I scrapbook with. Okay. Um, I used to keep all my buttons in like the little tiny trays where each color would be every color. We're going to do another little ASMR. Wait for it. This is how I keep my buttons now. All in one big. This is how I keep my buttons now. They're not divided up by color. Okay, let me pull out, hang on, let me move my external microphone that I'm not using. Anita. All right, so let's see what else. Oh, good grief. All right, let me move mine. Hang on, I got it. Oh, back to the drawers. We're not done with the drawers yet. Before we go on to anything else, are we having fun yet? What time is it? 12. Okay. You love the button container? Yeah. Well, I also keep some sequins and stuff in I also have a whole bunch of these. I don't know why I'm getting off on the individual things. Y'all have seen my room. But I have a whole bunch of these got flowers left over from Prima. I've got tons of these. What I usually use with these now, and I don't use the flowers very often, but what I do with these jars now is I keep pencil nubs in it. So when my Prismacolor, where's Prisma? Prisma? When my they get down to nubs, and although some of these could still fit in a pencil extender, I could put some of these. If I got really, if I really ran out of a white pencil, I'd go in here and put one of these in a pencil extender. But now I keep got nubs. Instead of got flowers, it's got nubs. So that's what I keep my nubs in. But then I also keep just random, like this is a jar full of just sequins. Just random sequins in there. So these are just kind of pretty when they set on the shelf. All right, so there's those. So back to the drawers of pencils. All right, so the other tower of pencils that I have, I showed you that I have this one sitting on my desk. See how it's one of the drawers? It's one of the drawers out of one of those towers that has 4, 5, 6. It has 10 drawers too. It's a little bigger size than the collage, the colorful drawers. There's 12-hour difference between us, Shar. So what time is it? Midnight for you? Go to bed, Shar. Oh my gosh. So in these drawers, I have 10 drawers that I sort pencils and pens. This one sits on my desk. I pulled these out because I want to use these more. I want to use these portfolio water soluble, crayons in the napkin journal more. If I put these in the drawer and put it in the tower, I'll forget about it. So I pulled these out to remember to use these when I start doing the fairy napkin journal again. But then this is all the stuff that I'm using all the time. Like this is my brush pen. These are my pencils that I'm using, sketching pencils. And then and then here's my little travel tote thing. So these I use all the time, including my brush here, right? This I use all the time. And these are my portrait pencils that I use all the time. These are not all my pencils. I'm just showing you my trays and the drawers. I don't know if this is interesting to anybody, but we went off on a rabbit trail. So these are the pencils that I use all the time. I put my markers in my Colleen. These are the Crayola markers, the ones that I use on color books. They're in my little Colleen mesh bag. Let me put this back up on the shelf here. I'm just showing you the trays that I have right next to me. Then I have this tray, which is just the hodgepodge. It's like a breakfast tray. I got my magnifying glass. I got some more nubs. I got erasers. This thing I bought just to play with scraping paint. Never really used it much. My water brushes. So this is, again, stuff I use all the time. And the final, no, it's not the final tray. Then I have, this is my big tray. Hang on. This is my big tray. Let me move this out of the way. That sits on the shelf with all my pencils. It's not watercolor pencils. It's all my other pencils, other than watercolor, ink tints, Neocolors, and all that. But these are my Faber-Castell, my Derwent. These are all Prismacolor right here. These are pens that I use every day. These are my treasured Galena and Paula. Both between the two of them, this is all pencils that they sent me that are Beryl and a few Sanford, the original Prismacolors that are like gold. Those are in there. And then in this case are my ones that my Luminance that Eileen sent me. So I know where everything is. It's all very organized. I know where every brand is. So this is where how I keep organized for everything. All my pencils are bundled up by color. These are all Prismacolors here, bundled up by color, other than the ones that I'm using all the time, which were in that other tray you just saw. Okay? And that sits on the shelf over there, kind of under a shelf. All right, so back to the drawers. I don't know if this is interesting. In the drawers, one of the other drawers I have, again, this is the plastic tower. These are, let me take these off the top. These are all my Crayola markers. Some of these work better than others. That's why all my new ones are in here. These are all my new ones. And they're only $5 a set with the coupon. So, you know, this is like 3 sets here, a 4th set here. So all of this whole thing probably cost me $20 over 2 years. So they just last a long time. Okay. So there's my markers. My cheap Michaels gel pens for color books. My Bic Biros, and Bic Biros. Okay, these are Bic or Biros, where depending on where you live, right? And my Sharpie color pens. These are the pens, and it's a set of the color ones. I use these for writing and journaling. But sometimes if I need a color in a tiny bit of a color book, you know, it's a pen. So you see how tiny it is. It's interesting. Thanks, Jean. Well, I love watching organization videos, right? But I think most of y'all have probably seen most of my stuff before. Sorry, guys, I bumped the camera again. Okay, I'm going to need to go get some coffee in a minute. All right, why isn't it staying? Let's get it. There we go. Stay still. Okay, so also in my drawers, the 10 plastic drawers, I have, well, let me show you how I do my pencils first, my graphite. The bulk of my pens and pencils that I use, I keep in this little case. I've shown this before. It's like a, not Salvation Army, what do you call it? You know, the Army surplus store. It's an Army surplus bag of some sort. And I keep all my black and white pencils on one side, black and white pens on the other. These are my go-to every kind of pen and pencil, black and white, that I have. Okay? Of one of each, like one of each. These are one of each of my graphite, charcoal pencils, and my black pens. Other than this one red pen here, it's all my black and white pens and pencils. Which reminds me, let me pull this out. I ordered a jet pen order. I won't let me forget. I have a jet pen order coming with some more pencils. Okay, so anyway, there's my pens and pencils that I keep sitting right next to me. Bye, Lynn. And also now right next to that are my markers that Eileen sent me. And I showed these, and I've done a little bit of a demo. I want to do more with these on Bristol. I want to draw some pen and ink drawings on Bristol and color them with Eileen, the markers Eileen sent me. These, again, I'll show again, are watercolor. They're the Zig Kuretake Clean Color Real Brush markers. They are not kids' markers. Do not let your kids play. Well, if you bought them, you ain't going to let your kids play with them. They're very expensive. Eileen gifted me a set of 36. Thanks, Lynn. It's a real brush tip. It's not a fibrous tip. It's a real brush. Watercolor, concentrated, vibrant color, watercolor markers. I will not be using this on a color book. I mean, I want to show them to you, so I might do a little sample. They're too nice and expensive to do a color book with. If that's all the artwork you do and you want to invest in these for a color book, be my guest. But a color book, the paper in a color book is not conducive to these blendable markers. Let me get my little piece of Here's what I showed you on a Bristol. They're made for watercolor paper, or you can use Bristol. Here's where I blended some on Bristol. You are not going to be able to do that on color book pages very easily, and it will soak through most pages. Okay, they're very highly pigmented, highly concentrated, and I mean, they're so expensive, guys. You really are not going to want to, I don't want to say waste them on a color book, because I love color books, and to me, coloring in a color book is not a waste. However, that being said, you're probably going to want to use these if you actually draw something and want to color with its professional watercolor. Yes, I organize for function for sure, Amy. For sure, not for looks. Exactly. It's all for function. For instance, I told you I have a paint cart that has all my paints in it. Some drawers for acrylic, drawers for watercolor, drawers for oil, and then I have two trays for my craft paint. But the paint I use every day, I'm going to move the camera, is right here. This is a paint I use every day, right here. Okay, so let's get the focus back. So anyway, you're going to want to use Bristol paper where it will work, well, it will blend nicely, and also, or watercolor paper. Watercolor, and use them just like you would a watercolor, where you blend them out with water and all that. New Michael's coloring. You're going to try them in the new Michael's coloring book. Okay, I don't know what the new Michael's coloring book is, Jean. If you showed it on stream, I didn't see it. I must have missed your haul. If you showed a color book, Jean, which one are you talking about? I mean, I know you'll tell me in stream. Now there is, those Prima sheets that I showed y'all last week. It's watercolor paper, and I think there's a couple color books out. Like I know there's the artist edition of Joanna Basford, or however you say her name. There's a watercolor edition, a watercolor paper edition to her color book. It's not Lost Ocean. It's her first one anyway. So yeah, the ones that are made out of watercolor paper, there's a few of those out there. Those are not the ones I'm talking about. I'm not talking about anything made with watercolor paper. I'm talking about just your general color book. You're not going to get this nice blend. And if you do, it's going to soak through, and you've used up a lot of your watercolor trying to get that blend on a very porous paper. I'm just, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Tweet a picture, Jean's saying. So anyway, those are my watercolor markers that Eileen, the Enabler Elf, gifted me. So that's those. And they come in a box, too. I took them out of the box and just left them in that sleeve so I can use them easily. Okay, so let's move this. So back into the drawers. They are not real organized. Now, it is functional. So Amy said it's functional. This is one of my drawers of pens. These are just pens. Sharpie pens and ballpoint, just regular pens, all kinds of pens. And these guys I've collected and used. Here's a whole pack full of big pens. I do try to bundle when I can, because it's just easier to sort if they're bundled. Yes, I'm still on, Army, Linda. And so it's all just pen stuff, right, in this drawer. Again, this is that tower of drawers. I'm not going to go through every pen. Not today, anyway. The next drawer is pencils. This is a pencil and pencil case, and I've saved this for a giveaway. I got they had a big sale. It was either Hobby Lobby or Michael's that had these on sale for just a couple dollars. And I snagged up a few. I've given most of them away. But then I got graphite sticks, Ticonderoga, pencils. pencil sharpeners. Trust me, I have every single, don't ever tell me you need a different kind of pencil sharpener for your Prismas. I have every single pencil sharpener ever made, except electric, which I know there's some good electric ones out there that do not eat your pencils. But other than that, trust me, I have every sharpener ever made. They're not all in here. A bag of erasers, kneaded erasers that I've used over the years. Bags of erasers, blending stumps, all kinds of pencils and pencil, more Ticonderoga regular, more snubs, more pencil sharpeners. So this is my pencil drawer. There's all my woodless graphite ones. Okay, so there's the pencil drawer. Mom's going to make me come organizer. I know. I just know. Okay. Let's see. The next one, I went through all my Sharpies. Now, before Cameron got into Copics, he always used my Sharpies. And I just don't use, I'm not a marker gal. The only Copics I have are a couple of liners, fine liners, and a couple of, grays, right? I have some grays. Other than that, I do not use Copic markers. I'm just not a marker gal. Although I love my watercolor ones Eileen sent me. But I kind of consider those more paint than than marker. So I went through maybe about 2 weeks ago, I went through all my Sharpies and all my Bic, what are they called? There's a name for them. What are they called? Bic Marks It. I went through all of them and saw which ones didn't work anymore. This is the leftovers of my Sharpies. These are the wide tips and the thin tips. These are the only Sharpies that I have left that are that are good. I got rid of all the other ones, right? Because Cam and the kids and we all just use Sharpies for like whatever, but not really for art. Cam did before he discovered Copics, but he's a Copic kid now. And this is my drawer of the Bic Marks It lots that's left. And I told y'all to keep the lids. I have an art project in mind for the lids. Those are all the ones that were no longer working, but I kept the lids. So these are those in that drawer. Then I have some paint markers and my Luminance box. This is the box the Caran d'Ache Luminance that Eileen sent me. The box is so nice and it's cushiony. It's all cushiony and velvet. It was too pretty of a box to throw away. I never keep packaging. Very rarely do I keep packaging, but I kept this one. So just so you know, Eileen, I kept my Luminance, even though they're in a roll, that roll, pencil roll. This is what I had to keep the box. And then these are other paint markers that, some gold, some silver. I don't really use any of these that much, but I have used them in the past. Oh, there's a Copic Multiliner in there. I don't know if that works anymore, but I'm going to pull it out and test. So just a few paint pens. Then in the next drawer, I have different watercolors and Chinese watercolor brushes. My this is the one the large one here. This is the one I use all the time. This is the one that Angie Bell gifted me, and this is the box it came in. But I have smaller ones, and I have the ink that you water down yourself. Some of the kids' watercolors. This is not all my watercolors. I have watercolor like sets like these. This is an old one. I've had this one forever. This old watercolor set here. And then I have my koi watercolor set here. Travel watercolors. So I have those. But these are my Chinese watercolors. And just some of the kids like Crayola ones that I have in here too. Water things, some brushes, brush holder. This is Angie gifted that to me. Watercolor trays and just Chinese watercolor. So this is my little assortment, you know, like I don't have any other place to keep it except in a drawer. Let's see, what else? Okay, then I have a drawer of new pastels. Y'all know I'm not a pastel person, although I still have a few pastels. I've had to use pastels in art classes and stuff before. So I have had to use pastels. I don't really love pastels. I don't mind Conti crayons. I have a whole tray of like Conti crayons here. I will sketch and draw with Conti crayons all day. But chalk, especially now, this is some black. This is vine chalk in here, and some more, black and white pastels in here. Blender things, chalk. Black pastel for this is all drawing stuff, right? Drawing chalks. Other than here's a few chalk pens. What do you call it? Pastel pencils and stuff for drawing. This is all drawing stuff. Okay, here's what's this one? What's this? Is a white charcoal. And then this needs to go in the watercolor drawer. Some watercolors or gouache. This is just a bag of gouache. I put that in the watercolor. So this is drawing. I even have a gold Conti stick. So this is like for life drawing, figure. Oil pastels, I wasn't using oil pastels. I have used them. I didn't use them very much. So I sent all mine to Vaughn, if y'all know Vaughn. I sent all my oil pastels to Vaughn, and she sent me all her Verathins. That's my other thing of pencils I haven't shown you. Oh my goodness. You're going to hate me. I'll show you the last two drawers, and then I'll show you my bag of pencils. I haven't shown you my bag of pencils. Okay, so in the next drawer here, these are my crayons, my Rub and Buffs, some cheap kids watercolor, and this is this one is just my travel sniffing one from Sister Woman. A travel emergency crayon sniff box. Because y'all know I keep this box of crayons. I have big bags of crayons, right? This box is made for sniffing. And this is my travel sniffing box. So let's all take a whiff. Let's just stop for a minute and sniff the crayons. We'll take 3 sniffs. This one is just for sniffing, not for using. Although I would use it if I needed to, but. And then Sister Woman sent me the travel emergency crayon sniffs. And then these are the little twistables, some more twistables. So yeah. And then the bottom drawer are the chalks that I really do not use. I have different ones. I have this set. This was just like a Michaels set. I do have a nice set of pastels. And then I have remember the chalking and scrapbooking? This is the scrapbooking chalking kit thing. And then I got a bunch more old. I think this is a lot of vine charcoal. If you've ever drawn with vine charcoal, I have an old box of that. So that's those are my drawers. Then the last thing I want to show you as far as pens and pencils is my travel tote. And I used to set this on my desk when I wasn't doing commission color pencil portrait commissions. I had kept most all my pencils in this tote. Y'all seen this sit on my desk? It sits on a shelf now right next to me where I can still get at it. But this is all my other pencils. Watercolor, other than my ink tints. I keep my big set of ink tints in its tin. But there's other ink tints in here, pens, gel pens, other pencils, watercolor pencils, markers, souffles, jelly rolls, and other pens. So this sits on a shelf on its side where I can just like grab and go out of it. So I think that's all my pencils and pens. Now, as far as storage of other things, which is one of the other things that I wanted to get to today, was these little paper, working on the little paper, color paper clip things. Let me get out my ribbon. Hang on. So I have a couple other bins that I'll show you how I organize certain things. The only other big bin I have, the big one, it got a little dark in here. Let me try to lighten this up, guys. The only other really big bin I have is another one of ephemera, which is all just a big jumble of ephemera. It's not really neat, but that was the only one Denise let me keep of the jumble ephemera. But the rest of the stuff that I keep in, like, I'll show you here. I'm not going to go through it real heavily, but I'll just kind of show you. I have a bin of lace. All this is lace. All kinds, well, other than this one thing of straw stuff, but it's all lace. This is just one bin of lace. Again, I'm not going to go through it too heavily. Just so you can see how I organize. One bin of bling. This is an old Mary Englebright box I've had forever. And I think I told y'all the story once before that I went to a 12-hour archiver's crop with some friends, and I challenged myself. Other than paper, and if y'all have ever been to a crop, you know what this kind of a challenge would mean. I took the paper I would need. Of course, you always buy more paper when you go to archiver's crop, right? But other than the paper, the only thing I took accessory-wise was what would fit in this box. This little box right here, everything else I took to a crop was in here, other than my paper. Now it's my bling box. So this is where I keep all my bling. It's got all kinds of bling things, like strips of bling, bling dots. Well, it's got a few other fancy fibers in here, but it's pretty much anything that's shiny, right? It's all my, jewel. Even little tiddlywinks that are shiny. Anything shiny. This is my shiny bling box, right? So any kind of shiny anything goes in here. So I'm not going to go through it. I'm just showing you how I organize it. So this is all any kind of bling. Peel off bling. Bling box. That's the bling box. And then I'm going to go through my ribbon and fiber box because that's what I want to pull some more for this. But the last box I want to show you, we're getting down to the last box, is this was my scrapbooking. Y'all remember these? It's kind of like a big version of that little alphabet one I had. This is where I would keep any kind of metal or three-dimensional type of ephemera. And I haven't been in it in a while. It's two-sided. It's double-sided. And I also put all my, confetti, not confetti. What do you call this stuff again? This is confetti. No, is it confetti? No, the sequence. So I have all my sequence in here too. Different sequences because I used a lot of sequences in scrapbooking. Every color. And here's some hearts. And you can get this really cheap all the time. You can get a bag of it for like 50 cents every season at Hobby Lobby. Like this would go on clearance during Valentine's Day. This would go on clearance St. Patrick's Day. This would go on clearance winter. Snowflakes, all that. So I have tons of that because I would use this in scrapbooking. This is also a sequence box. This is all loose sequence that I would use. Let me make sure it's the right side up. That would be the pits, wouldn't it? It's a little metallic box that I put loose sequence in, right? With a rubber band around it. But it's got anything, I think APG Jamie sent me this mirror, any kind of brads, any kind of metal, any kind of, you all remember this stuff from scrapbook days. Here's my giant, look, some of y'all will remember these. Remember the giant brads? Oh no, don't make me cough up these. Any kind of metal bits like this. What else is in here? More sequins, more brads, metal letters. I just dropped them out of the bag here. Metal letters, metal charms, any kind of three-dimensional scrapbook stuff from the day. Remember these? This alphabet? So yeah, this is all. Even a little set of cards. Yeah, let's do let's do a card swap. Little miniature card, deck of cards. So it's just like a hodgepodge, again, of all kinds of, this kind of stuff that you use in scrapbook on this side. The other side, I think, is all metal and brads. Let me turn it over and we'll see. Okay, let me take it off the table and flip it over. Okay, this is how organized I was and can still be. Not everything just gets thrown in a big bin. Every little color of brads. Remember when brads were the thing, guys? Brads, safety pins, little safety pins. Trust me, we used it on scrapbook pages. If it was a thing, anything, you could use it on a scrapbook page. I really do need to show you one or two of my scrapbook pages. Little mini envelopes, more pens, all the different kind of brads, all organized in little jars. Brads, leaf brads, fall leaf brads, every kind of little remember eyelets? Remember eyelet setters before the crocodile? This is before the crocodile. I got every kind of eyelet. Brads like these in all these little cases. Tons of brads. Metal flowers, Prima paisleys. And I used them. I did use them. Believe it or not, these are all like half used. Every kind of eyelet. Here's some Queen and Company brads and little belt things. Flowers. More brads. Prima. I love the little jars with the Prima ones. We're always sucked in by the cute, tiny brads in every color. Because you had to have every color, people, when you were scrapbooking. You had to have every color. I do make good Happy Mail. Here's the problem with Happy Mail, Shabs. It's expensive to mail. Bobby pins for scrapbooking. Flowers. All kinds of, pins. Anyway, so that's just all kinds of metal and whatnot. There's that bin. And I just don't scrapbook that much. Now, to the whole point of me pulling that out was to get back to my ribbon box. Now, I have a whole wad of ribbons hanging on the wall that I'll just grab stuff out of. But this one will have more bits of fabric ribbons and sari silk and stuff. Because what I want to do is make some more of these little paper clips. the little flag tagged like these kind of paper clips. You're waiting for the deco scissors to come out? You mean again? Oh, you mean again? Oh, me. No, that's one thing I did not get into a lot of. Punches or the deco scissors. I think I have maybe 4 pair of deco scissors and 4 or 5 punches. That's it. I never really got into punches or the decorative scissors. I know, surprised, right? I just didn't. I have a few, and they're in the tool tower. I have a few punches, a few of the scissors in the tool tower, but yeah, I didn't get into those that much. Scrapbook flashback. That's right, Di. So yeah, I should show y'all a couple of scrapbook pages. But let me do this real quick. I'm going to pull out just a few ribbons that I want to make. I'm not going to make a whole bunch of these. It's already getting late. But, just a few kinds of ribbons. And mostly I really like my sari silk. And that's why I pulled this out. Because I know the sari silk is in here somewhere. Now, again, all my ribbons, I showed you the bottom of this. Let me turn it over. I showed this to y'all last time. All my ribbons used to be just like I stored my buttons in little, the cases with the little dividers in them. So you can see how I used to have them all stored by color on the little cards, all organized by color. I quit using everything by color. Now, Packer Di, she does everything by color. This is probably driving her crazy. This is probably driving her crazy to see all the colors all mixed up. But I stopped doing everything by color, so it's all in one big bin. They're still on the cards. But you can see they're still on the cards. Let me flip it back over here. All right, so, and I got all kinds of things. Some leftover roving from she spins. I got some leather bits. I can't remember who sent me those. I don't know if it was APG Jamie. And then if I have a cool color, this is just something off of a shirt or something. I just wanted to keep a bit of scrap fabric in here. But it's mostly all ribbons. This goes deep, people. This goes deep. This goes very deep. It's not a nightmare because when I want to color or something, I just dig through. I have fun digging. This is the only, this and the lace one. I have the lace bin. That's the only ones that I really are a mess, a hot mess. Now here's some sari silk. This little bit of sari silk right here will make an awesome paperclip topper. So I'm going to pull that out. So I'm just kind of digging through. Now I do have a bunch of long ribbons hanging on the wall in a big wad, hanging on a loop. But this is all, I just like digging. It's just fun. It's kind of fun just to do this every now and then. There's some seam binding. That's a good one. I'm going to get my scissors. Let me get my Timmy scissors because they'll cut real good through. You're still, yeah, I know. You do, yeah. You are a color. You like things sorted by color for sure, Packer Di. So I'm just going to cut a bit of this purple seam binding. That'll go pretty on the purple paper clips or green, the lime green, and that would be pretty together. Here's some sari silk in here. See bits? I see bits of sari silk. Let's cut that one off. And that'll make 2, each one of these bits, like this one right here. And I don't know how much is left at the end. I'm just cutting off bits because I want to just make some of these paper clips, right? There's some more right there. And I know you people that are very, probably thinking there's probably just that much left. Well, there you go. There's that much left, and that will make a cool paper clip. Hey, Island Girl. Joanne. Island Girl Joanne. So I'm just pulling out some sari silk. We're going to have to wrap this up pretty soon. We're almost on another 2 hours. So when things are all tangled up, I just cut them apart. There you go. That I want that piece and I want that bit. I need some orange. So there's some orange right there. That little bit right there. This bit right, that's enough to do one paper clip. What else is in here? What else? There's some green and some. I mean, I'll make a pull. I'll try to make a pull at it, but if it stops, there's a couple out there. Okay, I've got maybe one more purple. Let's do one more bit of purple seam binding here. All right, that's all I'm going to pull for now. But here's some green. Oh, look, there's just a piece of, it's on a card still. I don't need all that, but I'll take a whack off of that green. Okay, so I'm going to put all this back in. All right, let me move it off the table here. Put that back on the shelf. All right. Woo. Move my cart back. Oh, and the other thing that I have in one of those bins are embroidery floss. I have a whole bin of embroidery floss because back in the day I used to do design for cross stitch books, and you know how long ago that was. But anytime I have to sew anything, a hem or a button or anything, I use embroidery floss. So I have a bin of embroidery floss, but I think other than the big collage, that final bin ephemera, I think I showed you all my bins and drawers. Y'all have seen everything in my drawers. Now, before I do, I'll just show you a couple of these little paper clips. They're nothing to them, really. They're just kind of like tying some ribbon, seam binding, fibers, or fabric bits onto your paper clips. But you can do it so they're real neat like this. Okay. What time is it? Okay, I don't want to forget to put the pork chops in the oven. All right, let me go get some coffee, guys, because my throat's getting really dry. Hang on. Okay. One of these days we'll do a complete journal show. I'm going to torture you. Okay. So real quick, I'm just going to show you. Let me see which one. Let me try it with the seam binding. Well, I want to find something you're going to be able to see. There's a piece of sari silk that needs the trim. And if it's too long, you can just trim it off after you make it. All right, so again, got all my little paper clips. And I like a contrasting color, like an orange with this magenta will look really pretty. You'd like a journal show, Sarah? That would be longer than this. I'm already at 4 hours today. 2 shows of 4 hours. I'm going on the second show of 2 hours. Journals, you've seen my room. I've shown a flip of my room. That's a big, big, big day. All right, so might even get, now let's just do one just to make it easy. So I'm going to take a piece of the sari silk and I'm just going to kind of fold it so I have a neat, because I want a lot at the top. So if you you can just put it through like a macrame knot. But I saw somebody on, I think it was Pinterest, do it this way, and I just thought it was just neat way to make these, and it makes a nice flat front. So you take the paper clip and the two loops face down, right? The two loops face down. So you're working with the single paper clip top. And then you just put that on there. In the front. Just kind of hold it in the front like that. Hold it in the front with your thumb. Okay, either thumb. And then you take the end and go from the back and pull it through like that. Get over here. Hold it with your other thumb. Take your loop, go from the back and pull it through. And then just pull both your tails up. And you get a perfectly flat front. There's no like knot there. There's no knotting up. And if you pull them nice and tight, now if it's a real slick fabric, you might have to knot it. But otherwise, you just take a big tug, and that's attached really well. Now this is just a little long. It's just a little long for me, so I'm just going to trim it down a little because I like them kind of fluffy, short and fluffy like this. So there we go. There is one of your little paper clips. Is that pretty? Probably not going to do journals tomorrow, Angel, Orla. So that's how that looks. And then again, here's one with just the ribbon. But see how neat the flat front looks when you do it that way? And then here's one with fabric, just a little piece of fabric. So there's a ribbon, some sari silk, fabric. I even had one here that just has a little bit of just the little fibers, like the little fiber ribbon. Can even do something like that, right? And you can coordinate. I got this whole thing. I think this was $3 at Walmart. And I think I bought this one at Staples years ago. I used them all up, so I took some of these and poured them in here. So you get like 1,000 of them or something. All right, so let's take this purple sari silk. And I'll do a purple one and a lime. No, I think I'll just do the lime green because it'll show. So I'm just going to take a bit of it. Turn that off. Okay, and this was wrinkled. I know because it's been in the bin, right? I like it that way. I like them fluffy and messy. Yeah, I got these paper clips at Walmart. This set, which I've emptied out, this is just the box that I poured some of these in, but it was essentially the same thing. This set, I think I got at Staples. And then this I got at Walmart. It's like $3. I'm telling you, for 1,000. I don't know how many are in there. So I'm going to just take a piece of the seam binding. I'm going to just put it, I think I'll fold it in half just to make it a little thinner, just so you can see it better. So you just put it on the front like that and hold it with your thumb. Take the one end, go from the back and push it through the front. Hold it with your other thumb. Take the other side and fold it, push it through the back. And then just tug on both of them and see how flat that is. I know you can just do a loop. I know you can just, let me trim this down real quick. I know you can just do it this way. Hang on. All right, so there's the green with the purple. And I like it wrinkled and fluffy. That's just me. Dollar Tree has them too, Angie Bell. All right, let me get a piece of something easy to go through. Okay, so you can also, here's a blue one. Let's take this skinny one. You can also just take, and instead, I'll just take a big one so you can see here. You can also just take your paper clip. This is a bigger one. I'm trying to make a spacer so you can see. And instead of holding it on there and looping from the back and looping from the back, you can just fold this in half. Okay, fold it in half, stick it through, and wrap it like, like this, and pull it through, pull both through. You can do that too. But it just doesn't seem to doesn't lie as flat when you do it that way. I know it's the same knot, But for whatever reason, it doesn't stay as tight. It doesn't lie down as flat as when you do it one by one and kind of pull it. I don't know. It just seems to work better. And you get a nice tight knot. And see how neat that is? Look. See how neat that is when you do it with one side at a time. Bye, Shar. Sleep well. Okay, so I'm not going to do any more of those. I just wanted to, that is one thing. I do have a wad to make today. And I got my paper clips and stuff ready to go. So that's the only other project that I had scheduled for today, other than my Happy Mail, sorting the napkins, getting the Happy Mail napkins ready to go. I still have to address all those envelopes, find all the addresses, and package them all. I still have to do that. And, but yeah, I even drew you a schematics of my room. I'm going to keep this because I really, it shows. Oh, and we also showed you, I showed you my art journal ideas that I used in the Jazza Artie app. Yeah, Jazz's Artie Party. And yeah. So, any questions or anything, guys? I hope y'all enjoyed it. Me and BB had fun. Fun stuff. Thanks, Gary. Yeah, so yeah, that is a fun app. I mean, I tried to show it to y'all. Let me unplug my phone's probably charged by now. I kind of tried to show it to you, but it's let me go back to the main. Try to show it to you. Jazz's Arty Games. That's what it looks like. Okay, it's $2.99, but you get. Let me hit play. These are the different. You get 8 different, and you can't read them right here. I'll read them to you again. Color challenge, character challenge, environment challenge, incremental design, scribble challenge, copy challenge, design mix, and a custom generator. And like I said, under the color challenge, let me just go back. Let me see if I can. I might have to go back one more. I think it's in the settings. No, it's under play. Let me go to color challenge. Settings under the color challenge. Okay, so under the colors, wait, settings. Okay, I have Copics and colored pencils selected, but they have paint. They have, and I just picked Copics not because I have Copics, but because I wanted a good color selection, and I'll just, I can use whatever paint or whatever I want. You don't have to have these supplies. You can have a set of Crayola markers if you want, right? And then the time, you can have timed 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and 20 minutes. And the challenges that I showed you that I did all those in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Hey, Nico. You're in Oxford, UK. Nice to meet you. Thanks for being here. You're back to organizing too, Jean. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave. I hope you enjoyed this. We did 2 2-hour segments. I'm hoping I have no problem uploading these to YouTube. I hope not. The first 2 yesterday uploaded fine. The third one, it did not want to upload for me from Ustream. It wasn't YouTube, it was Ustream. So anyway. So y'all have a good afternoon. I hope everybody I might stream tomorrow. I usually stream on Wednesdays, but we'll see. I took today off. I took today off to play. This was my play day. Y'all saw me. This was playing for me today. And thank you guys for keeping me company too. It was fun. Thanks everybody for being here. Hey, Blondie, Barry. Let me see who else I might have missed. Hey, Barb, Linda, Debbie. There's Eileen. Hi, Eileen. Grammy. I'm just looking who I might have not said hello to. Mindy. Pat. Hey, Pat. Queen, Phyllis, Twinkle Toes. And I said hi to Whippy and Vicky S. Thanks everybody for being here. We'll talk to you later. Bye.